Hi everybody and welcome back. As promised, part 2 of my budget beauty buys video duo. And this week I've even got a shopping trolley with me. Look at that. Absolutely cram-packed of brilliant budget beauty buys that have just hit the high street to celebrate all the stores opening up and the official end of lockdown, but they're not skincare related. Well, one of them is skincare related because it's so good and I had to mention it. Let's start where I started in last week's video and go back to Primark. Now Primark have the AF range, which is the Andrew Fitzsimmons range, but funny as F, if you see what I mean. And this is such good value for money. This, when I first got it, I thought was a travel dryer because it's so small and it's so powerful. It's absolutely brilliant. It's the Primark exclusive Andrew Fitzsimmons Pro Styling Hairdryer and it's £12 and it's 1800 watts. 1800 watts, 2 speeds, 3 heats, a cool shot and a removable filter to clean. And it is powerful, it's really good. Now, it's pink, so try keeping your teenagers off of it. But more importantly, I'm not sure how long it'll last in the long term because 1800 watts is a powerful dryer. And at that sort of weight, because it is super lightweight, look at that. It's as lightweight as my beloved Dyson, but obviously only costs £12. If you've got a teenager going off to university, if you've got anybody that suddenly decided they want their own hairdryer, who may be younger, you don't want to spend a lot of money, it's a really cool one. It's powerful, it's really good, it comes with a really cool nozzle attachment as well, and I just think it's well worth sussing out. Well done, Andrew. I'm liking what you're doing with your products in Primark. And can I just say, look at these as well. And I don't, you will have seen these if you watch the Kardashians, right? These are no mark hair clips, there you go. See, Andrew knows what he's talking about, I don't. And they get used on me when I go on shoots, and I tell you what they're for. They're for keeping fringes in place and waves in place. But because they've got this special silicone mark on the top of them, this sort of silicone paddle, they don't actually mark your hair, so they won't leave a dent. So you leave the hair to cool in specific places, and it doesn't dent the hair when you take them out. So if I didn't dry my hair that long ago, I must admit, look at my rough dried Brazilian blow dry. I'm in love. I've done a Instagram video about it over on Instagram, but if you want me to do a video here, just let me know. It was the Anoa. It was the quickest Brazilian blow dry I've ever had. It was amazing, and it's just giving me back the hair I had when I was a youngster. Anyway, so basically it's for keeping fringes back like that, but when you take them out, because they've got that little rubberized silicone paddle, they don't dent the hair. And they are £2.50 for 4. So if you're serious about keeping your fringe, see, I love my fringe like that. That's the Anko Tram fringe. So if, for example, my hair was hot, freshly blow dried, and I just wanted to keep it with that little bend in down the front. Did I put that in properly? Sorry, I'm doing that with my tiny little monitor on my camera. That would keep my hair in place in that shape without denting it. Because if you put a lot of section clips and heavier weight clips in it, and your hair's warm, it will dent. So they're the two things that I love at the most from AF at Primark. Let's have a look what else I've got here. Oh, good news, really good news. Body Shop are doing reusable, washable makeup remover pads, face cleansing pads, and I love them. So they come in a little pack like this. They are £7 for 10, and it's part of their Clean Conscious range. They come with a little washable bag so you don't lose them when you put them in your washing machine. But more importantly, look, Monday, Tuesday, just in case you were feeling grubby and you were thinking about reusing them. I discovered these when I wrote about them for a piece I've got upcoming, 20 Best Budget Beauty Buys in the Times magazine, the Saturday Times magazine. I really, really like them. They recommend that you use them with either their micellar waters or their Camellia cleansing water, any of those ones. But I would actually use those in addition to my normal face washes, so my CeraVe hydrating cleanser, any of the cleansers. You probably need 2 to do a full face. They are mainly designed as eye makeup removers, but I love them, and they're reusable, and they're cotton, and they're dual-sided, so not microfiber in case you don't like microfiber. That's what they look like. Clean convenience. I really like them. Well done, Body Shop. I love what you're doing. Now, I promised you I would review the Zara fragrances, so let's go for it. And let's start with the one that personally I think is perfect for summer, and that is Citrus MEZZE. And let me show you what this is, the box they come in, and I teased these last week, didn't I, in the video? But let me, just opening that box where I've smelt it in the box. Look at that flacon. How beautiful is that? I defy anyone not to think that that is worth I mean, I think are they £25? Yeah, £25. I defy anyone not to think that that is worth at least twice the amount of money. Obviously, created by Jo Malone, who does all of the Zara fragrances, who did all the original launches. And this is Citrus Mezze, and Jo is the queen of citruses. So she really understands grapefruit and oranges and lemons and limes, but more importantly, all those sort of slightly unusual citruses as well, like mandarin. She gets them, and she gets how to combine them with white flowers to give you basically a suits everybody. I defy anybody not to fall in love with it. Absolutely spring in your step summer scent, and this is gorgeous. I love that sort of heavy weight. I mean, it just feels luxury even though it's not. Oh, it smells absolutely beautiful. White flowers, bergamot, heavy hits of citrus. And obviously MEZZE is a Middle Eastern term for sort of a little pick and dip starter. That's sort of wonderful if you ever order a Middle Eastern MEZZE, if you're anywhere in any of the Arabic countries. It's beautiful, and you sort of pick and dip and all the things, and that's what this is. This is like a pick and dip tasting menu of citrus fruits and white flowers. Jo, it's absolutely beautiful. Well done, you. I defy anybody not to find something positive to say about every single fragrance within the Zara range. And if you love the Zara range, you need to check out the Zara makeup, created with Diane Kendall. Now, this is the second time I've mentioned this range, but I wanted to show you this eye palette, which has just dropped on my desk as well. Absolutely beautiful. It's very much, dare I say it, in the Charlotte Tilbury Tom Ford way. So less sparkle, more foil effect. So at the moment, I'm actually wearing something that isn't budget. I'm wearing the Ico eye palettes. But next week, I'm going to do a video all about fun, bronzy, goldeny, glittery, foily makeup for you. And I'll include this palette and show you how it works, and I'll include the Ico palettes as well. But they're really reasonably priced. You've got a mix of matte colours and what I would call foil, so they're not shimmer. If you look at my eye close up, it's more of a foil effect, which gives a sort of slightly metallic gold leaf effect or silver leaf effect to your shadow, because you put it just on the top afterwards, rather than seeing definite bits of glitter, which I don't like. I just think that's quite an old-fashioned way of doing glitter. So go and have a look at the Zara makeup as well. Now, Diane Kendall, by the way, has worked with Armani and Calvin Klein makeup, and has done more Vogue covers than you can shake a stick at, so she knows her stuff. She really, the campaigns are beautiful, it looks incredible in store. Now, there are 3 other fragrances that are being launched at exactly the same time, and there's Bergamot and Leather Spritz, and you'll not be surprised to know that this is my favourite. And the only reason I don't mention it up front is because I do think I'm a little bit of a freak when it comes to fragrances, and I totally understand that people might not have exactly the same taste as me. So this is full on Vavavoom sexy. Yes, it has the lightness of a slight bergamot top note, and bergamot is a white flower that's a citrus note, and it's light and easy, but this is full on oud sexy leather. It's got a very animalic dry down to it, and I'm sure that they've done it to, and quite rightly so, to cater to the Middle Eastern diaspora within the world, or in the Middle East directly, because that's full on oud. That's the smell of, I tell you what always reminds me of oud is when you go into Harrods, and especially if it's Ramadan, and you get all of those amazing, glamorous, gorgeous Middle Eastern women and guys, and when they walk past you, they just leave this trail of oud, which is the sort of wood resin that burns, and it just smells beautiful. It's just wonderful. That's what that is. That is 100% gorgeous Vavavoom sexy. It's really lovely. Very much could be worn as a masculine fragrance, although you know my theory about fragrances, you know, they don't have to be masculine or feminine. Who's decided, as I say a million times before, who decided that a rose was, or a flower was feminine and leather, for example, is masculine? Now, 2 things I absolutely love in fragrance are amber and fig. Amber is a resin that actually, to be honest, doesn't really have a smell. If you think about it, an amber piece of jewellery, it doesn't really have any smell. It's a tree resin, a little bit like an oud, but it has a softer, more powdery note to it. Fig is green and fresh. A lot of people really like fig notes around their house, and this is full on green gorgeousness. but it's a powdery green, and that's why I like it. I think this is going to be an absolute bestseller. Once we get past Citrus Mezzze and we get into autumn, this is going to be the one that's most popular. It's very slightly sweet vanilla-y powdery, but it's much more of a clean powder. And green gives everything, the fig note, it's very interesting. The fig note, normally fig is quite a sort of sticky sweet note, but actually if you contain the entire fig, so the green leaves and the stems and everything of the tree, of the fig tree, what you end up with is a very green fresh note. It has almost a hint of green tomatoes in it, but not quite. It's lovely. I tell you what it smells like. It smells like your grandparents', this is such a strange thing to say, it smells like your grandparents' sort of hothouse at the back of the garden on a late spring or early summer days, when you get that sort of wetness of sort of tomatoes and sweet peas and that. It smells really, really beautiful. Honestly, I defy anybody to find a duff fragrance in this collection. Jo has outdone herself. And if you don't know, and you might not know, Jo Malone obviously created Jo Malone. She's not actually a nose, but she is what I call a fragrance creator. So she has this ability to conjure fragrances within her mind and then get the scientists, the noses, to actually create what she wants. And the final one is Rose Petal Drop. Now, I'm not a rose fan. I tend to find them a bit sweet, a bit sickly, a bit too traditionally feminine for me. And this is what it looks like. And I love that the lids are fully heavy weighted. I mean, who can I just say, if the beauty buyer of Zara is out there watching, you've done a great job. Seriously, the makeup, the fragrances, wow, 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 wow. It's a beautiful holistic rose, and by that I mean it's not a traditional blousy floral rose. It does have green and soil notes and sort of raindrop notes as well, but it's very sweet. It's a very sweet traditional rose, and I understand why you would make that. People love roses. They're just generally not for me. Now, it's very interesting because I absolutely love Portrait of a Lady, which is a traditional rose fragrance, but the rose is so fleeting in that what you really get is that absolutely patchouli, sexy, mossy dry down. Whereas with this, you're keeping rose right the way through in the top notes, the middle and the base notes as well. It's a lovely, sweet, beautiful girlfriend's floral wedding day fragrance. That's what it is. It's very, very romantic and pretty. I'm not a pretty girl. And I don't particularly like, pretty fragrances. Have you noticed that I've moved my camera forward? You probably haven't, have you? I decided to make the most of what little light we've got. Somebody was saying that they thought the bright lights I used were a little bit too bright and bleaching out recently. So I thought what I'd do is keep my ring light and then keep the huge big light behind me. And then I've got rid of my lights at the side. So I'm actually moving my stuff to the side. What else do we have here? Right, let's do a little bit of skincare. Sorry, I can't resist, but Honest have extended their range and have a new moisturiser. It's a moisture lotion and it's the Daily Calm lightweight moisturiser. And I love it because I think it's really good for summer sensitized skins. And it's not my imagination that there are a lot of sensitized skins at the moment. Some skins don't particularly like wearing SPF every day. Some skins don't like the change in the weather. One minute it's hot and humid, the next minute it's damp, the next minute it's boiling sunshine, and maybe skin has been a little bit overexposed to the sun. I absolutely love this packaging. The new pump action packaging is so lovely, and this is a lightweight gel cream. And I have to say, honestly, hand on heart, I traditionally would dismiss all celebrity skincare and just think, yeah, money grabbing, jumping on a bandwagon, who cares? If there are two that have done it amazingly, it's Honest by Jessica Alba and it's Fenty by Rihanna, but then I've mentioned Fenty a lot. That is absolutely beautiful. It's a lightweight, unfragranced, cooling, soothing, hydrating moisturiser loaded with humectants, loaded with emollients, no occlusives at all, but it's formulated with anti-inflammatories to calm and soothe and help repair the barrier function. And I'm really loving the new airtight pump bottles. So go check out. I really love the gel to oil cleanser. And Sally Hughes really loves the lightweight, she had it in one of her beauty boxes, the lightweight gel cream moisturiser. But honestly, there is not a Duff product in the range. I think she's done a really good job. In the UK, we can find them in Boots. Okay, what else have I got in my bag of tricks? This is a very interesting one. A lot of people said to me when I did my Lighten Up Your Makeup for Summer, Idiot's Guide to How to Apply Your Makeup. They wanted a blurring, completely translucent loose powder, but they didn't want to spend a lot of money on them. We all know that I absolutely love the By Terry one, the Hydra powder. This is actually the tinted Hydra powder, which I really like. I think they're about 5 or 6 shades, and I'm a sort of medium-y golden shade. But if you want a clear one that suits all skin types, check this out. So this is PS Blurred Out Skin Conditioning Universal Blurring Powder. Now it has, I think it's designed mainly for oily skin because it does have niacinamide and a willow bark extract in it, which is obviously related to salicylic acid. It does come with a sort of filter through the top, but let me open it up and show it to you. It's a super, super, super lightweight, completely translucent powder. And if I show you there, can you see that? It's basically coming for the By Terry market, but on a budget. Now let me just tap it off the back of my hand there and show you what it would do to my skin in terms of blurring and softening. Because actually, while I've been filming this video, I've got a little bit hot. I mean, that's a really great product for that price. And it is £3.50, so that is PS Blurred Out. And it's a super light, super translucent powder. I'd be interested to see if anybody's tried it who has got darker skin than mine, and if you genuinely do find it universal and translucent. But yes, love it, absolutely love it. So there you go, it has a little sieve on the top, and that's a really good one if you're on a budget and you just want something. A lot of people said to me, I just want something to set my makeup to make it last slightly longer, but I don't want it to look like powder. But they don't have any sort of shimmer or shine to them. They are just almost like using air on your face. They're really lovely. Little bit like the Beauty Pie one, but loose, and loose is better for a lot of people who like a lighter finish. I've got 2 other things to mention from Primark before I go. They're coming for the e.l.f. market at £3.50. There is one of their eyeshadow quads. So they've undercut e.l.f. by 50p. This is their mineral eyeshadow palette, and they are really lovely. They look to me like they've been made by almost exactly the same company who make the eyes, lip, face. This one you've got a 5 shade, and this is all sort of shades of purple and light grey, but it comes in lots of different colourways, £3.50. If you're going to test a new look and you're just going to have fun over the summer when you're on holiday, or you just want to try a new colourway, maybe a brick or a rose or a purple or a green or a navy, don't spend lots of money. Decide if you like it first and you can work with it. They won't have the same foil effect finish as some of the more expensive products from Zara, but they are really lovely and so reasonably priced if you're looking for gifts for teenagers as well. And then finally, Primark have got a brush set, which I just want to highlight quickly. And it's got 5 brushes in it for £9, and it's the Bamboo Brush Set with bag, and it does come with a little bamboo bag as well. So if you're looking for gifts for teenagers who are more eco-conscious than us, often lazy adults, but want something that is obviously not animal based, because a lot of traditional brushes were animal hair based and animal fur based, but this is completely vegan, as is, let's be honest here, nobody would launch a real animal fur brush nowadays unless it was made professionals and they didn't advertise it. But basically this is a really lovely little first brushed gift set as well. It's got a face brush in it, a blending brush, an eyeshadow application brush, an angled eyeliner brush, and then a brow brush and a comb for lashes and brows. Well done, Primark. I think you've done a really, really, really good job this year. Let me know what you want to do next. I've got a couple of videos already planned up, but if you're looking for something for high summer, maybe you want me to talk about body products for high summer or self-tans or anything like that, let me know in the comments below. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. I should put the details of every product down below, even though people keep asking me where to find these things, with the URL links as well, and I'll see you next week.